Hi, my name's Johnny Winningham, and this is my audition tape for Mursion. A little bit about myself. I live in Vancouver, Washington with my wife and daughter. Before that, we were located in Los Angeles, California, where I worked as a segment producer and a production coordinator on several TV shows. Before that, I managed an improv company and also directed it. We were based out of Kansas City and we traveled all over the United States with that. And before that, I was a stand-up comedian for about 13 years, playing clubs and colleges all over the United States and actually doing shows for the USO for our troops overseas. Now, I'd like to do my audition for you, starting with the first grader at Show and Tell with a little something he would like to show you. This is what I brought today for Show and Tell. This is one of my favorite toys because it's actually my dad's. It's from his collection. He collects toys, and this is a old spaceship. They don't fly spaceships like this anymore, but when they first started flying spaceships, they look like this, and it's really cool. And you can just see it's got a door here, which opens like that, and inside it's got an astronaut. I I always wanted to be an astronaut, and I want to be. My mom and dad says I have to get my math grades up, so I'm going to do that. But it's got an astronaut that comes inside, and you can take him, and he bends in a bunch of different ways like that, and he can float outside the spaceship because he's got this cord which needs to be, you need to have it hooked up, otherwise he can't get air. And you got to leave this closed, because if you open this up, you can open it up when you're on the ground, but when you're in space, you got to leave this closed, because if you don't, all the air gets out. But this is really neat because he can fly inside the space capsule like this. You got to squeeze him in. Once you get him in, you can close this up like this, that, and it looks just like the real thing. And there's the engines in the back right there. So you can just like that. So and it's got, this says United States on the side, so you know which country it's from when it's flying. So that is what I wanted to show, and I'll pass it around and you can look at it, but you got to be really careful because my dad doesn't know I borrowed it. And next time I will bring, he's got a whole bunch of old comic books too, and I'm going to bring some of those and show you. So that's my show and tell for today. Hi, hey, I'm sorry. Take two, business raise. Hi, Marcia. Do you have a moment we can talk? I'd like to touch base with you once again about the whole raise issue. I'd just like to get a little bit of closure on this before we move forward. Well, I think I've added a lot of value this past year. Take, for instance, I transitioned a brick and mortar call center to virtual when COVID hit. That was like 175 employees, which we made that transition to virtual, and we didn't get a single complaint. We met all our SLAs, and the staff actually likes working remotely better. So in addition to that, then I went ahead and suggested that we get rid of the whole call center space entirely, the office space, which actually ended up saving us, in I believe, like $1.2 million a year. So besides that, though, I also, if you remember, I rolled out the three successful software implementations in the past year, and the trainings and the go lives went off splendidly. You remember all the great feedback we got from that. Also, I acted as project manager on that and had all the supervisors participate in the train so they could go back and train their own staff. And that worked flawlessly. Okay. Also, in that same avenue, if you remember, I decreased attrition at the call center from 13 to 7%, which in a call center environment, that's almost unheard of. And also, I increased morale by actually just complimenting people, giving more positive feedback, also having them meet with staff on one-on-ones more frequently. I also implemented, this is really something I really like, and it's really been a really good crowd pleaser and help morale. Once a month, we pick an employee of the month, and we give them like $100 Grubhub certificate, which everybody loves. And it's a totally different environment. It's like day and night. And I think, what else? Excuse me? I realize that. I know you're in a hard place. I know you've got people coming at you from all sides. I hear what's going on. I know you had to fight like hell to get that budget that you do have. So I think there's avenues to get what we both want. I think if first off, if we can't do the raise, how about we do something? I got three options. First, why don't you go talk to Fred, help arrange a meeting for me, a one-on-one, so I can actually tell him why I think I need this raise. Maybe you can put in a good word for me. It doesn't matter. I think actually I can like sway him on this. Two, possibly give me instead, how about 2 weeks paid vacation every year, in addition to what I already have? That would work. Also, actually, this would be really great and would help me actually add value to the company, is get me that MBA. Help me get that MBA that I've been wanting for the past 6 years. Those are three options. I think between all those, there's got to be something that we can do to make this work out. I love working here. I have a lot of friends here. I have a great working relationship with everybody, including yourself, I think, Marcia. And I would just love to be able to work this out so I could stay here. I think you're aware of right now, it's an employee market. And I think somebody with my skills and accomplishment would be very much in demand, but I don't want that. I want to stay here. I love doing what I'm doing. And I'm just hoping that doesn't become an option for me to have to go elsewhere. I'm hoping we can work this out and move forward with making this company the great company I think it is, and can be even better. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Thanks so much again, Marcia, for seeing me. Okay, thank you.